Well, what do you want to talk about? I know what I want to talk about. I want to talk about these wrestling belts.
Get ready!
You're
Woo!
listening to
We are
Morphic
doing, and we're
Sounds
doing it
Bobby
better
Beautiful
than
Music.
anybody else alive.
Welcome to another episode of the Bobby Wrestling Show. I'm your host, Bobby Wrestling. What it do? Hey, we had an incredible week of wrestling. There's so much I could talk about today, but I'm going to stay focused today. I want to talk about these wrestling belts because we getting brand new wrestling belts left and right, and I'm quite sure, I got a feeling that even though we just got unveiled to Roman Reigns about a year ago a new world title belt, but I got a feeling they gonna change it all up just to get some of that Vince McMahon stench off them. They're gonna go all brand new about every belt. So we're gonna get into this belt thing right now. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of this stuff right now. Just give me a moment. Let me pull this stuff up real quick. Now, recently Monday, we got an opportunity to see Triple H go to the Awesome Truth brand new World Heavyweight Tag Team Champions to exchange the penny belts. I call it penny belts because it looked like a penny with the two Trojans on it, for this belt. Now, don't get me wrong, this belt is beautiful. I think it's a little too rounded. I don't like the little piece outside of the round part. You know, that looked a little too cheesy. But once they hit the light, man, it just remind me of some pizza, man. It's just, it do. It reminds me of some pizza. I'm getting hungry just looking at it right now. Seriously, I'm starving. I want a slice. Y'all know this look like pizza. I call it the pizza belts. The light hit it. It just, it don't look gold. It looked like somebody took some aluminum foil and wrinkled it up and cut around it. It's just me. All right. It's probably beautiful to you, but it's all right. It's better than the other ones. But right now, I'm getting pizza vibes. The Journos, Godfathers, Domino's, Pizza Hut, Chanelos. Y'all don't know nothing about those cellos. That's in Virginia. You know, that's what I'm getting. I'm getting some New York pizzas, man. I'm getting Garducci's pizza over here in Brooklyn. I'm getting pizza vibes looking at that belt. Well, you know, wear 'em proud, Awesome Truth, wear 'em proud. But then I got this, then on SmackDown, they came up with some new SmackDown belts. Now, I can rock with these belts because they're all gold. They're beautiful, beautiful. I think the emblem on it could have been raised up a little bit. What do you mean by that? Talking about this part right here. Let me zoom in. The lions on here, the half lion with the wings, which is on the other belts also, could have been raised up a little more detail on it, a little more bolder print on it. The WWE part, I have no problem with that being raised up a little higher. Higher level, not so flat. The crown all the way up top, that could come out a little bit more, not so flat. The WW logo on both sides, that can come out a little more, not so flat. I don't want it looking flat, but it still look good. It look better than no pizza titles. Things are beautiful, and they are raised up a little bit, but I just thought it could be raised up a little more. But those are gorgeous belts, and they go into some of the suckiest wrestlers ever, doggone A-Town Down Under, whatever they call. But these belts, this belt remind me very much of the retro classic belts right here. See, it has that same shape, the same body shape. The side piece is a little bit bigger. It has the emblem up top. Instead of WWF, it has a crown, and it has the big eagle on top of the world. There's no eagle. You got the lion eagle, which is double of strength, a symbol of double strength, and they're looking good. I really like these titles. It reminds me of those titles. Put these titles to shame. Good looking title, good looking choice. Triple H, good looking choice. Yet I heard they're working on some women belts. The current women belts look like this, which is held by Io Sky, and not Io Sky, held by Io Sky and not Io Sky. I'm getting the names mixed up. Held by the Kabuki Warriors. Asuka and Io Sky, held by them, and That's the black version. Look like one of those spinner things. You remember the spinner things used to be hot to, make you relax a little bit. You spin. Look like one of those things. I call that spinner belts. It don't spin like the John Cena, but it remind me of one of those little toys you get from Chinatown where you just spin around whenever you're bored. But these are the projected looks right now. Titles. Still with the same. This has a horse and a lion. And it's the World Tag Team Champions. Now, I don't know if they're going to have a separate belt for women tag teams, but I have no problem if they do. It shouldn't be one belt. If they're going to do one belt for the women, they might well do one belt for the men. It's not fair to have one belt for the women. I know somebody say, Rob, we don't need two women tag team champions. Maybe we do. Maybe we do, because we're being unfair. We got 2 different men's tag belts. We have 2 different world title belts, but the women get 2 different world title belts, but not 2 different tag belts. And we got a lot of women that can make tag teams, and we could build a tag team women division. But this is the projected look of it. That's not a final thing, but that looks great. That looks beautiful. Just need some studs in that piece. I'm not a fan of that piece right in between the two, the long stick looking piece. I'm not a fan of that. It could be more diamonds on it, but that's the women tag title. Now I heard that Cody Rhodes wanted to bring this belt back. Why are you stuck on the past, Cody? When you was wrestling as Dashing Cody with the mask and all that kind of stuff, and you're part of Rhodes Scholar and all that kind of stuff, you just had to bring back the old independent belt. And how long did they keep that? They only kept it for you. And then now you want to bring back the world belt. No, don't get me wrong. That world belt is beautiful. One of the most beautiful belts ever. It's a classic. I got a real feeling that Triple H is going to get rid of the big belt with the W that he just made for Roman last year. I got a feeling they're going to come out with a new title similar to this one, just to accommodate Cody and his needs. I can deal with that particular belt. Just don't make it nothing like this crap. We don't need no nightmare belt. That mess is horrible. Trash. Throw it in the trash. That's trash. Ew. There's somebody vomiting on a belt, man. If somebody vomited on a belt, it would look like that. That's trash. That is horrible. Whoever made that need to be slapped. They need to be slapped. They need to be gotch power drive, tombstone power drive. They need an RKO and a stunner. They need all that, because this is trash. But other than that, the SmackDown belts are beautiful. If the women's belt, tag belts end up looking like that, it's going to be beautiful. I can rock with it. Again, it's not fair for them to be there's 2 men titles, there's 2 females titles, there's 2 tag titles for the men, but only 1 tag title for the women. It's just not fair. And Jade, them going to get that title anyway, but we should have 2 titles, one for each brand. It need to be separate brands doing pretty much the same thing, but separate ideas, separate bookings, separate writings and storytelling. It's all good. It's all good. But keep these belts to a minimum. Give these girls give the other brand a tag belt. Don't make them go back and forth, because you're not making the men go back and forth for none of these matches.